Now from 12 Sports, this is the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz.
Well, hello and welcome to a Week 6 edition of the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. I'm Sam Knox. He's Mike Yuva. We draw closer to the playoffs. Every game matters that much more down the stretch, Mike.
Yeah, with the playoffs just starting in 3 weeks, it's not only about trying to fight for a better seeding, but for some schools, they came into tonight still undefeated, Sam. And that was the case over at Pontiac. The Chieftains entered this one at 5-0, hosting 4-1 Rogers. First quarter, it's scoreless until Robert Grenga throws a rifle to Trevor Lytle. One of 3 touchdown passes he threw in the first half to put the Chieftains up 7-0. But on the ensuing possession, Rogers, they're going to answer. Hayden Younger drops back to pass, doesn't find anything, so what he's going to do, he's going to take off. 75 yards for the score. We're all tied up. However, Pontiac, they're going to score 20 unanswered points before the half, and they would just continue to score in the second half as they remain unbeaten. 49-7 winners tonight.
Big win for the Chieftains. All right, Hendricken making the trip to Providence to face Central in D1 play. Hawks score first. The Knights answer. Javon Tager hands to Richard Bridges. He plows through to the end zone, but defending champs respond. Dylan Lynch hands to Sebastian Nault. He gets outside and finds a way to the end zone. Hendricken gets the 29-13 win over Central.
A moment of silence before Burville and North Kingstown played tonight after the tragic passing of beloved former Kingstown coach Joe Gilmartin this past week. And the boys played for him as they put up a nice, comfortable lead early. It was 35-6. Burville trying to at least put some points up late. Logan Gelinas to Norman Soulier for the touchdown. NK wins for Coach Gilmartin tonight, 35-14 Skippers.
Big win for them. All right, over to Barrington. The Eagles hosting Cranston West. Visitors led 21-14 at the half. Eagles have the ball to start the third, but the Falcons' defense swarms. Richard Thomas Tierney with the sack, the big fella coming through. But the Eagles methodically go down the field on the same drive. Charlie Potter crosses the plane. Eagles score twice in the second half to win 28-21.
St. Ray is the only undefeated team in Division I, putting that record on the line against LaSalle. Saints trailing in the fourth quarter until they get on the board. Nelson Martinez hands it off to Damon Ocampo, who gets it into the end zone to make it a 14-7 game. But the Rams seal it with special teams. Max Wallace, how you doing?
Ooh,
48 yards out.
Joey Sly?
I know, Patriots side this kid up. LaSalle and St. Ray's first loss, 17-7.
All right, perfect shot of the moon.
Get that.
South Kingstown at East Providence. That's me behind the camera. South Kingstown all over this one. Already up 2 scores. Jordan Shalou gets the carry in for the touchdown. 21-0 visitors after the extra point. Former 12 Sports intern Montana Frasilli not showing much emotion. He's a coach now, but he loves it. How about this defense? Tyler Denacor with a nice tip. Defense all over the Townies tonight. Rebels cruise 35-6, the final.
Westerly hosting Moses Brown. Quakers are going to turn defense into offense after Westerly fumbles it less than a minute into the game. Michael Tokar scoops and scores, brings it back 16 yards for the touchdown to give Moses Brown an early 7-0 lead. But Westerly, they're going to answer, scoring 27 unanswered points, starting with this Terrell Hill touchdown. The Bulldogs knock off Moses Brown 27-7.
Big win. All right, homecoming for the Patriots of Pilgrim over in Warwick tonight. Classical. Down 12-0. Jordan Duke gets the carry, and you know what that means. Usually he scores, and he does. 12-7 after the extra point. However, what a night for Pilgrim. Play of the night. I'm saying it now. The fake punt. How many of these do you see? Hunter Scoble would not be denied. The end zone. Breaking tackles, staying on his feet. 60-yard touchdown. Pilgrim with a huge win over Classical. 31-23.
A big-time play right there. Crank the diesel. Cumberland was at Portsmouth. Cumberland's defense dominated this game late fourth quarter. Thomas Hurd's pass goes right off of Jack Sanderson to Ryan Sundergrass. That's an interception. That play of the game, or last play of the game, coming up, and it's going to be a sack. Cumberland goes on to win 21-6.
All right, Tolman taking the trip to Providence to face Mount Pleasant in a D2 matchup. Scoreless game. Tigers break through. Noah Taylor hands to Darren Valentine. He bounces to the outside and gets to the end zone for the score. Second quarter, Taylor finds Thomas Griggs out wide. Whoop! He leaves 2 defenders, takes a shot from a third, but dives to the pylon. Refs give him the touchdown. Tigers roar 36-0 over Mount Pleasant.
And from Tolman to Tollgate, Davies hosting Tollgate. Davies on the move early. Terrell Burrows finds a sliding Zaire Gibo. But the drive would stall. No points because the defense is going to step up in the red zone. However, they're going to force a punt on Tollgate. And guess what? Davies going to get the ball right back. And Gibo with the ball back in his hands, but this time on the ground. And he's going to go through the defense like a hot knife through butter, Sam. Touchdown. Davies goes on to win big tonight, 42-16.
Big one for them. All right, still to come in the blitz. I told him I would do it. Slow-mo. He didn't point. This is what he gets. Right there. He's looking fresh, ready for the next segment. Eric Rube joins me next.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
All right, welcome back to the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. Eric Rube joins us. Rube, how you doing? All right. Oh,
see, guys, see how dumb I look doing that? That's how the kids look doing it. I'm not a big fan of the celebration.
I like you, but you're expanding. You're expanding. Okay,
Trying.
all right, Rube. Big Friday night, big slate. What's top of mind for you?
Right now, the biggest thing is I think we're seeing Division I come together.
Yeah.
Hendricken and LaSalle did what we expected Hendricken and LaSalle to kind of do. St. Raphael's, though, still in the mix. The Saints played well. Offensively, they had some trouble. LaSalle's defense is getting to another level, and they still haven't gotten Terrence Campbell back at linebacker. Once he starts making the transition to playing both sides, that defense is going to be tough. But we saw what Hendricken do tonight. They can run the football, and until someone can stop them, I don't know if anyone's going to beat them.
Hendricken doing what Hendricken does. All right, Pontigansett, our game of the week. Was that a surprise to you, 49-7?
A little surprise to me, but I got a little note from my colleague Jake Russo before the game. Rogers showed up thin tonight. They only brought 6 linemen to the game.
Oh, wow.
Missing starters, missing their best player, or one of their best offensive players in David Rivera. That put them behind the 8 ball early. When you're missing that size up front against a team like Pontigansett that's big and physical, it's a bad recipe, and we saw why tonight. Pontigansett took advantage, got the win.
They certainly did, and undefeated. Not many undefeated teams still in the state. All right, Pilgrim.
I wrote this week that the Maury Field's a weird place. It's dark. It's kind of weird. It's a bad place to watch a game, but strange things happen there, and we saw Blake Simpson was deep in his bag tonight. The fake punt, the onside kick, everything. He coached that game exactly how you have to when you're playing a team with that type of talent. They got the job done. Pilgrim, there have been times where they haven't looked great. Tonight was not one of those. If they play like that, they're going to be a team to beat in D3.
How about it? I mean, that was awesome. And it's spooky over there, you know?
You can't see anything.
The airport, everything plays a factor in that. All right, Barrington. Over Cranston West.
Another team, I've kind of been writing about this. They hadn't won a game until tonight, but every single game they've played this year has been competitive. They've been in these games. They hadn't been able to finish. Charlie Potter, we saw him go off tonight. I think he had close to 200 yards rushing. Big game. This is the kind of momentum game they're going to have. And now, if the Eagles, they know how to win, they know how to finish games. Be careful once those playoffs start with them.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Anything tomorrow that you're looking at?
It's kind of a light schedule of games as far as we're not seeing like some of those big name teams. Woonsocket Shea is going to be fun. I think my kid's got a soccer game. Hope Avery wins tomorrow. And then we're going to go from there and we're going to head up to Barry Field. I'm going to hope to catch the second half of that one. 2 teams that are kind of fighting to see if they can sneak into the playoffs.
He's a great dad. He's a great caddy. He's a great reporter. And he dresses well, too. Look at you. Look at the pocket square. It's so great. Eric Rube, everybody. Round of applause. We can hear it. All right, still to come in the Blitz. We have Coach mic'd up on top of some games from Massachusetts. Stick around for that and more next on the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
Welcome back to the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. Well, we got 11 games in Rhode Island tonight. Might be our season record, Mike. However, that's not the total amount of games. We head to Southeast Massachusetts for 2 more. Dighton Rehoboth hosted Somerset Berkeley. First quarter, no score. This is Somerset Berkeley's very first play. Quarterback Brendan McDonald will keep it and beat everyone downfield for the touchdown. How about that? 7-0 after the PAT. Still in the first, after a blocked punt, Liam Meehan takes the handoff from 8 yards out. 14-0 Somerset Berkeley. They will win it 48-13 in the final.
Special teams plays all across tonight. 2-3 Old Colony was at 5-0 Diamond. Second quarter, Old Colony has the ball. It leads 8-7. Camden Valley pushes his way in for the score to make it 14-7 OC. 2-point conversion was no good. Just before the half, same score. Old Colony gets the big sack to shut out Diamond's drive. Old Colony hands Diamond its first loss in the year, 28-15.
All right, deep breaths after that slate. What a slate it was. Ooh. Highlights are done for the night. Mike has mic'd up.
Yeah, it's time for us not to talk as much. But you get to hear from someone a little bit later on, and that little bit later is coming up right now, because tonight, Rogers head coach John Horseman gave us a behind-the-scenes look during the first half of their game against Pontigansett.
Hey, here we go. Hey, say, Hemi. What do you say, Hemi? Hey, good job. Hey, remember? Play with passion, but don't go over the top, okay? All right, brother. Keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. Hey, Wayne. What do you say, brother? Good work, man. Woo! All right, man. What do you say, Hemi? That's right. Yeah, I told you. Take what they give you. Hey, you're out. Good job. White ball, white ball, white ball.
Water. Kick return.
All right, let's go, let's go. Hey, good job. Let's go, baby. Come on. Yeah, hey, he was too wide. You got to bring him in a little bit. He was too wide for that. Ooh, they're all over you. It's all right. Oh, you got it 4 times in a row, didn't you? That was a good catch.
Love it. Thank you, Coach, for your time. Still to come in the Blitz, we take you back to Week 5 one more time for our Player of the Week. Then we look forward to Week 6 player nominations. That's next.
The Wendy's Friday Night Blitz continues on WPRI 12.
All right, welcome back to the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. We head back to Week 5 one final time, and there's good reason for it, because our Player of the Week, he was fantastic. Central Falls Co-op's JDL Santiago, the achievement first senior, went for 220 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns in the Warriors' shutout win over Tollgate CF, hoping to ride their run back as they try to fight for a postseason berth in their first year back in Division III.
I scored early in the first half, so I feel like I could definitely do more throughout the rest of the game. And then I just followed my blocks, followed all my lead blocking, my linemen, and just kept going with the game.
Our game plan wasn't even to run the ball, but the way he was running the ball, how could we not continue giving him the ball? He was very motivated with the ball in his hands, and every time he touched it, you felt like something special was going to happen.
All right, here's the QR code that takes you to our website for Week 6. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us on the Wendy's Friday Night Blitz. We'll see you next week.